Good afternoon to all the present here in this the co-learning session. Myself, Dr. Joshi, Associate Professor from Department of Biotechnology, Shobhit deemed University Meerut, and I am very delighted to welcome you all during our live session in our alumni, our pride. So, Shobhit University Meerut is a NAC accredited deemed to be university under Section 3 of University Grant Commission Act 1956. The university was established with a mission of empowering nation through education. Today, we are in conversation with one of the proud alumni, Mr. Ajit Saini, uh, who did his B.Tech from Department of Biomedical Engineering in the batch 2007 to 2011 from Soviet deemed University Meerut. So Mr. Ajit Saini, after doing his B.Tech, he went to Germany for his further education, and he did his MSc in biomedical engineering, and after that he did MSc in technical physician in 2018. Mr. Ajit Saini, also worked as a bioinformatics programmer, and he developed software for gene sequencing. Presently, Ajit is working as a research and development engineer in Maquet, Hechingen, Germany, and his work is focused on the engineering changes in heart-lung machine. So we are very proud, feeling very proud and blissful to have all of you with us. And now moving further, I would like to invite Mr. Ajit Saini. Welcome Ajit to this co-learning session. I welcome you. And uh, I saw that there are a number of projects on which you had worked previously, and you also developed certain softwares and apps. So before going to them, I would like to know uh, about your recent project. You are presently working on HLM. So is it a kind of miniaturization of HLM or something else? Kindly throw some light on their current project.
Thank you, sir. First of all, thank you for having me here. And yeah, so right now I'm working in this heart lung machine. It's now in the Corona time. You might have heard of it. Also, it's also in short form. Sometimes people call it ECMO, ECMO machine.
Okay.
So this is, you can say, it is an artificial replacement of lung and heart. When heart or lung, one or the other or both of them, they are not working, then we need a supplement for this thing. And
Okay.
there comes the heart lung machine. So it's little bit, it's not very small machine, it's a huge machine because we need membranes. So this is called oxygenator, where we have the lung function happening, where the oxygen is put in the blood and the carbon dioxide is taken out. Also that to maintain the temperature we use this thing. And
Okay.
then we have whole system the circuits are there, so pipeline you can say, and cannulas are
Okay.
there. Through cannulas we connect the body of patient, and through the blood comes out from the body of patient, and it goes through the machine, get oxygenated, comes back to the patient. And in between, if heart is not working, then we have also pumps which work as heart. That's why we call it heart lung machine. Now what
Okay.
I'm working now is, whenever we have some kind of changes in the machine, for example, we need to change the configuration of cannula or the circuits, or there are some new changes, such as we have to make the whole system smaller, because um, the ideal situation would be we take blood out of the body, but we use as less circuit as possible, so that blood is not in contact with external material for longer period of time, because that would be the ideal situation. To reduce this also, it's a big
Okay.
challenge, and
Okay.
this is why we are also working that how can we make it as small as possible, um, while taking enough time, giving enough time for blood to get oxygenated within this small equipment called oxygenator. And this oxygenator is the core heart of this machine, where a whole process of oxygenation, deoxygenation, temperature maintenance is happening. So
Okay.
this is kind of my work, yeah, right now.
Okay, very nice, very impressive work, because you told that it is very important during Corona period also
Yes, sir.
for Corona patients, because
Yeah.
such type of technology, and you miniaturized, you make it a small device, I think. I think that you are really doing great,
Thank you,
great
sir.
in this field. So kindly brief out your previous project. You also worked on development of augmented reality based XR game for arthritic patients.
Mhm.
How this application was helpful for the arthritic patients?
So this was my thesis, master thesis, and as I saw that augmented reality was growing very fast, and I thought of how can we use it in medical field, and that was the idea that
Okay.
because for arthritis patient, especially my focus was on hand arthritis patients, so they have problem in their joints, finger joints and all those. So they have to do regularly at the daily basis exercises. For example, they need to make exercise like this 100 times or something. But if you do something like this,
Yes.
and there are multiple exercises, and if you do this regularly, you might feel bored and you are not having any feedback if you did it well than yesterday or last week, or how is your results going. Are you getting better, or are you getting not better? So my idea was that to include the gamification in this process of exercise. That's why it is called XR game. So while you are playing the game, you are doing exercise. And
Okay. Yes.
for those who might not know what exactly augmented reality is, that you augment something in the reality. That means um, we have this reality, and in this reality, if I include some kind of um, um, virtual objects, that is augmented reality. So I'm adding something to the reality, and this is what I did. In my application, it was like this: that you have your fingers, and the camera of laptop or mobile phone was tracking your fingers. So if I move my finger like this, my camera is tracking, okay, my finger is going up, and this movement was tracked by the my application. And while you are playing the game, so the game is there, for example, there was a ball and you can move that ball using your finger like this, and I initiated them to move ball or while playing those games to do certain actions. So if they do certain actions, but okay.
I think there is some error in Dr. Joshi's connection. You can please continue with your answer.
Okay, sure. Yeah, so if you are using your so in this game I was using my fingers and the joints, so to move them in certain direction or certain pattern, so that they can finish their exercise while they are playing the game. And each movement was strategically planned so that they will move, let's say, in one game only like this, another game like this, and certain number of time they have to do this thing. And once they are done with this thing, then they will get some extra points. And this was based on some science based exercises. And I also talked to some doctors around about this thing, and they were all everything was evidence based. So in the background, I was collecting all the data, and by the end, the physiotherapist can see, okay, how was the performance. They can see all the records as well. So this is how it was, yeah, very useful for arthritis patients. And the physiotherapists were very happy about this application.
Uh, Ajit ji,
Yeah.
till when Dr. Joshi joined, can you please tell to our viewers about your experience uh, in your university and college? Tell me something. Tell them something about your experience at university.
Okay, so sure, sir. So in Shobhit University, when I finished my school, and afterwards I was actually preparing for medical entrance, and then um, I came to know about Shobhit University while in the process of applying for medical colleges, and I didn't get through for MBBS, and I'm really glad about that because I found biomedical, which was very interesting, way better than medical, I must say. So I came to university back then. It was very in the beginning phase, and then um, I must say it was very unique experience because we were all new. It was our we were the first batch of Shobhit University, and we were all learning. And we did many things by learning by doing, and we had really good teachers. I must say, for example, DB Rai sir was there, Jayanand sir was there, and later on came Vishwanathan sir or Puneet sir, Shiva ma'am also. They all came later on, and they all motivated us to do things in a different way. And this was very important aspect, I must say, why we develop in the way we are. We had really very interesting sessions. Every year we used to go to JNU, so Jawaharlal Nehru University, with Jayanand sir and DV Rai sir, and there we used to join conferences or seminars on the latest topics and how research are they are doing, what kind of researches are they are doing there. And those were really memorial days, I must say, because we were really in close contact with our teachers, and we had nice talks with them, very intellectual and very deep talks about those things. And then we will come back with new motivation, and our teachers, professors were always open. They had all their doors always open for new ideas. Rai sir was always motivating us to proceed in different direction. I remember he used to always say that we need to find technologies where we can just find DNA out of the thin air. So I always used to I never understood what exactly he meant. How can we extract a DNA from thin air? But later on, I somehow understood what he meant was that we need to think out of the box, not only through um, the things that we do according to the book. So,
Hello.
hello, sir.
Yes, yes. Yes. Now, I heard you are working on the psychological software to for a better fulfillment of life. So please discuss the role of these psychological and academic techniques in career upliftment.
Um, yeah, sir. So, from my personal experience, I also faced it that when I was done with, as you can see in my resume, also that I did 2 masters. There was a reason for that. That I finished my master's, bachelor's I finished, and master's I
Yes,
finished.
yes.
And even though I was really into biomedical, I really like this field of biomedical engineering, but I was not sure what I want to do afterwards. And that was the time where I realized that, okay, there is something missing. Have to know what is my passion, or and then I try to find out different resources, whatever is possible to see in internet and as a person in person also. But those one were not helping that much. And this is why I think that we need, as a
Okay.
student, also as a graduate, we need some kind of help where we can find out what exactly we want. Not only a job which can give us money, but also something which we are passionate about. And by passion, I don't mean that if you are good in something, if you like something, that is your passion. Passion could be something where you enjoy thing, but maybe you are not good in it. Maybe you like something, but it's not your passion that you can turn into a job. So this is what we are working on, to develop some kind of tool where a student or a graduate or anyone can join in, and then they can also find out what is good thing for them. For example, not only that, but also how can they be more happy, or how can they be happy in life, and not enter into this hamster
Okay.
wheel, that you go to work, you earn money for your retirement, but not we don't want to live for retirement. We want to live right now. How can we be more happy without thinking too much about the future? Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, very nice work you have involved with. So now coming to our today's conversation, biomedical engineer and career opportunities. So Ajit, what are your opinion about the biomedical engineering as a course and its scope in India and outside?
um my motivation to come outside India back then was mainly because of I would not say lack of opportunities, but scarcity of opportunities. So we do not have enough research oriented companies where we are doing research in India. There are few from government, and nowadays we have some other companies which started doing research and all. But that I didn't wanted to finish my bachelor's and then go back to sales and marketing thing for biomedical engineering. That this kind of jobs I was getting after finishing my bachelor's, or I was able to work in a hospital as a biomedical engineer, which is also not bad, but that was not my passion, I must say. I wanted to work in research and development, wanted to work or
Okay.
contribute in the development of the process. That is why I came outside.
Okay.
So unfortunately, I must say that the opportunities for research and development is better in outside India. It's growing. We need more initiatives like what we have in Shobhit University, the creative mind. I must say that that our teachers do have. Um, yeah. So, and it's not that we do not have any opportunity in India. We also have, for example, there is another. When we study, then we do not focus on this part, but it's very important part, which is regulatory affairs. It's one of the most important part in development process of or development, even after through the whole life cycle of a medical product. It is very important. So if you are interested, you can also work in regulatory
Okay.
affairs, where you will be dealing with all the norms. How can you, if it is fitting to the norms, because every country and every union has a norm. For example, FDA norms and MDR norms. In India also we have norms. So if you are selling them or you are importing them, you need to know them. And all this helps also in R&D process. While you are developing something, it has to compile, it has to satisfy the norm of those particular country.
Okay, yeah, very lot of opportunities now. Students are will approach a lot of things which are going inside in India and outside also. So you are an initiator of Society for Biomedical Engineer, as well as you are from the first batch of B.Tech Biomedical Engineering from Shobhit University. So at that time, a number of changes and improvements were happening in the department, and now the department is well equipped and improvements still going on. now your juniors are carrying Biomedical Society ahead. So would you like to say something to encourage them?
Yeah, sure. Very important part, very important thing is connections. Make as much as connections you can with different companies in the field,
Yes.
hospitals in the field, or people, alumni. Make connections very important, and do not connect with people only with the idea that you will find a job. Connect with people with the idea that you will share knowledge. And this is very important because our community
Okay.
of biomedical people is not huge, and we need to have flow of knowledge. It's very important. And
Okay.
when you are working, then your thinking pattern is in a different direction, and from as a student you have different thinking pattern. So that's why I said it's a flow of knowledge and information, that from a student's point of view the problem could be solved in a different idea, different direction than the person who is working on it. So it is a both ways channel. And that's why I would still say that you need to have communication connections, very important, with as much as people possible.
Okay. Yes. Okay. Yeah. Very nice. We have to connect with the people for doing the research and other activities. So now, what are your best memories associated with Shobhit University in terms of any moment or like hostel life you want to mention? Any memory?
Yeah, I was not living in hostel, so from hostel life I cannot say much, but I had very nice memories, especially during the exam time, because at exam time we were being engineer, we were not sleeping that long, and we were studying overnight most of the time, and it was a huge group of our friends. We will study until 3 or 4 in the morning, and then we will go to Pandit Dhaba, which is nearby our university. On the way we will connect with all other students who are living in the neighborhood, and then by the end we will be, I don't know, group of 20 students drinking tea at Pandit Dhaba. Those kind of things were really, I still do remember them, and I do miss them. Yeah. And the friendships we had back then.
Okay. Yeah. Nice.
Yeah.
Okay, very nice. So, how was the campus life and lab work and other facilities during when you were doing the B.Tech from Soviet University? Can you tell something on that?
As we were the first batch back then, also it was in the beginning stage, so we very in the very beginning we had a little bit problem having many equipments, and all those things were not properly there, but by that end we started to have more of them. And but the good thing was that we had DV Rai sir or Jayanand sir, who always encouraged us to have ideas. Even if we had some idea, then they definitely managed to find some way that how can we proceed with our idea. So we had some external partners with whom we could do
Okay,
our lab work. And then later on we had more laboratories, and they were expanding. So yeah, I couldn't complain.
okay, okay, very nice. So, how your learning, theoretical and practical aspects, as well as your grooming at Soviet University, helped you to achieve your goal?
um, yeah, so theoretically it was theoretically we were pretty sound, and practically I must say we were a little bit lagging behind. uh, could have been a little bit more better, yes. So theoretically I must say we had really good lectures with our teachers like Jayanand sir or Vishwanathan sir or Rai sir. um, they were helping us understand the concepts, and on the other side they were also encouraging us to find out the core of the things, and also to think beyond the books, how can we being an engineer, how we should not always look into the books, but also Jayanand sir was always encouraging us to read more research papers or patents and all those things. And this is what I did, and this was definitely a big help for me to understand how the scientific world works, and what are the things that we can do. And their door was always open for new ideas. I had many ideas. I went to Jayanand sir always, and then he encouraged me. He never said, okay, this is a bullshit idea. um, so this definitely helped me where I am right now.
Yeah, yeah, okay, very nice. Very nice experience of Soviet University you have. So, can you discuss your journey from Soviet University to Germany?
Yeah, sure. So I finished my bachelor's in 2011, and then afterwards I was working a little bit in the consulting business, career counseling and all, while I was looking for a job, which as I said before also, I was not into too much into working as a salesperson for biomedical engineering. That's why it was difficult for me. um, and then I started applying also already in the last year of my bachelor's, looking for where I can go for pursuing masters. And then I found in Germany, my university here. I applied, I got here's the place, and then I came from India to here.
Okay, yeah, very nice. So, any teacher you would like to mention from Soviet University, from your department, a special reference, any teacher?
I did said it in between when your connection was lost, but I will repeat a small amount. So Dr. Rai sir, he was an inspiration for me, I must say. And Jayanand sir, he had huge impact on my life and where I am right now. I can say that it was because of him and his inspirational talks with me and his open door for me, that even my craziest ideas sometimes I had, he never demotivated me. He always encouraged me. And then we had Puneet sir, with whom I had some talks and all, regarding how can we go further in abroad, and how can we do study abroad. And because he had some connections in other countries, and through him I got to know about Germany and all those things. How can we do that? And Shiva ma'am and Vishwanathan sir, they helped us to find out the practical aspect also. um, and so yeah, this is all I have in my mind right now.
Okay, so yeah, okay, so nice. So very good experience you have. So, how will you contribute in the growth of your institution, Soviet University, as an alumni?
I'm always open for our students or my colleagues to contact me anytime. They can contact me over LinkedIn or via my email. um, if they have any problem, or
Okay,
if they just want to connect with me, that would be always good. And to my university, if I'm
okay,
there, I would definitely like to visit, and if I can maybe give some seminar regarding any certain topic, if there is any topic that students are interested in, to have some more light on it or more information about. I'm always open for that.
okay. Yeah, very yes, yes. Okay, thank you. So, any message for your juniors, like who are pursuing the degree courses from in your area, biomedical engineering from Soviet University? You have some message for them?
Yeah, sure. I would say stop looking only at books, start looking outside of the box. Look around, look at the problems and try to find out those solutions, not only via book but also out of this thing, because our brain has much more power and possibilities, rather than just looking
Okay,
into the book and then finding solution through the book only. And keep
okay.
connecting
Yeah,
with
very
people.
nice. Okay. So, thank you, Ajit. Very nice talking to you. We wish more success and achievement in your life, and welcome you to the. We welcome you to visit the campus and also to visit the department.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you for inviting.